Hey everybody, welcome back. I believe it's episode 18. I don't want to have to quit saying it. It's getting so many now. But hey, we're on coronavirus hiatus. All of us coaches and teachers are on lockdown. And what else are you going to do? I keep trying to tell folks, watch the Coach Chip page. Watch Football Talk with Coach Chip on YouTube. Got to tell them that. Hey, before we get started today talking about the jet sweep, depending on what part of the country you're in, we'll also talk about, we'll say the speed sweeps. To me, it's the same play. And I think out west, some folks call it the fly sweep. So before we get started talking about that, let me tell you about my friends over at Johnny's New York Style Pizza in downtown West Point, Georgia. They serve authentic New York Style pizza with made in-house sauce and dough. They also serve subs, Italian dinners, and great salads. They also have good beverages. They also, next time you're on I-85 between Montgomery and Atlanta, put Johnny's New York Style Pizza in your map app and get you some at Johnny's. Don't forget to order the legendary garlic knots as an appetizer. I like mine fully loaded with all that cheese melted on top. And they offer carry out, especially in these Corona days. And I was talking the other day to them, and they may start doing delivery real soon. Be sure to ask for Ben and or Yada when you go into Johnny's New York Style Pizza in downtown West Point, Georgia, and be sure to tell them Coach Chip sent you. All right, let's get started talking about the jet sweep. All right, folks. Here we go. Now, real quick, this translates very well from our first episode. If you go way back, go back and look at episode 1, the jet sweep drill. Now, the jet sweep drill that I showed you, that I diagrammed for you, is at a gun. But I started using it under center way back when we started running jet about 20 years ago or so as a big part of our offense at several of my stops along the way over the last 2 decades. And I started running it way back in 1992, and I was trying to run it out of I, and because I'd seen it, it was pretty cool. First time I saw it was on a video from Crestview High School in the Florida Panhandle. It's not too far from Pensacola and Fort Walton Beach. And a lot of people say that guy really popularized it in the South. And I fell in love with it and really didn't know what I was doing. And then a few years later, I got with a guy from Florida who really knew it, and I learned it and evolved and got better and better. But this is a great, great play, and it displaces a defense, and we talk about that in episodes 1 and 2 and 3. It's all about jet sweep, and it's a real easy fix. Now we're going to put the guy at the top of the screen in motion right here. And we call him a Z. You call him whatever you want to in your offense. In this particular one right here, we're going to put it offset the fullback, the F. And we offset him left, we call that flea, F-L-E-A. We offset him right, we call that frog. A lot of imagination went into that. And that gives you an extra blocker at a point of attack. And you'll notice that our F is a little deeper than a lot of wing T teams. He's more like halfway between a wing T fullback and an I formation tailback, and we call him a tailback because I want him to have that mentality. And this is our H. We're going to snap the ball somewhere in the B gap usually, and you got to play with that, and the quarterback has to learn some kids are faster than others. And we want this guy hauling butt, going about 80%, and when he gets it right here, he wants to bubble back a little bit, okay? He wants to bubble back. And the reason why, if there's any leakage or pushback along the line, you'll see from time to time like a run-through linebacker. And then get out here and run the hump. And I won't get into all that because it's in episodes 1 and 2. Now today we're going to do jet and some plays off of jet. All right, here we go. Now this is a terribly blocked jet, poorly blocked. We're in flea. It gives you an extra blocker at the point of attack, and you can see what we're going to do. We're going to reach right here. Okay, this is the left tackle. We're going to get a reach right here from the H on this DN. He's in a 9. And then the tailback, who is a heck of a football player, as are the other two. This team here went to the 3rd round and got beat by the eventual state champs back in 7-16. And he's going to get this linebacker. This linebacker he comes fast, and we don't get him. And then out here on the edge, we don't get the corners and all those people either. Now expect people to come hard when you give them jet motion. See right there, that messes us up, bubbles back. 3 doesn't get the, we don't get the guy on the edge right there, the 9 technique. He does a really good job of playing off. See, boom, right, collisioned him, and he keep that outside arm free. Got to maintain contact so you can keep pushing him. But now the number 1 turns it into something. And I just want to show you what you should do. Watch our big old center's going to peel back. There you go. You got to love that. It tickled him to death. You could see that. And you still don't get him down. He just goes out of bounds. I asked him, why'd you go out of bounds there? And he said, I was tired. All right, here we go. We got another jet. This one's coming left, of course. And I love to run jet to the field. I love to run rocket. We talked about the last couple episodes. I don't mind running rocket into the boundary. Rocket's more of a turn up. Now, I'll run jet into the boundary to keep people honest. But it's a good field play. It gives you all that space. Now, a good jet handoff is completed behind the Playside Guard. Now, the ball snapped when he's over here, okay? And the handoff is completed here. This is why the bubbling back after you get it is important. You'll see what I'm talking about right here. I know I say here a lot. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I said it so much, and so I started listening to myself. All right, boom, right there, bubble back. There you go. Now, how many of y'all saw that? Oh, yeah. This is the kid I told you in the last episode, right here, the one that's about to go in the 3rd or 4th round of the draft, a strong safety out of Jacksonville State. Son, that's a power cleaning explosion right there. That's why you power clean, boys and girls. Good job passing him up. No need to block behind the play. And that's a touchdown. All right, notice that compared to the first one, and that's why I put them back to back. Better job of blocking. A good snap on the other side of the ball. Complete on this side of the ball. We're getting bodies on bodies. Getting in folks' way. Getting an athlete out in space. And that's the result. Okay. All right, here's a jet right. Now notice no flea or frog this time. And the tailback over here is going to fake back this way. And there's some subs in the game I noticed here when I was breaking this down. But they get the reps too running the jet and running the jet drill in practice because we go 2 groups. All right. Now where he messes up, look, handoff, snap made, handoff on the other side of the ball. See the bubble? The bubble was very important. Why did he cut up? Run the hump. Run the hump. And you see, I'm going to draw you a line right here. Look at that. Run the hump. We talked about in the, if some of y'all are watching this going like, what's the hump? Go back and look at episode 1 and 2, where we talk about jet sweep drill from gun. But like I said, it translates well. Look right here. If he stays on that track that I drew, watch what happens. And why you want to go in there all them bodies are? Come on, man. Now you say, well, coach, look how many yards he got. Yeah, but hey, listen, that's the whole purpose of being elite, being the best version of you. He could have been a better version of himself if he'd have stayed outside. All right, here we go. Jet to the right. Excuse me, I think it's going to be jet to the left. Yeah. All right, now we do not block a 3 technique. I told you that in the episode 1. This is a 3. We're not going to block him. If we run it right, and that handoff and everything is timed up well, then he won't get there. I don't care how fast this guy is. I'm telling y'all, I take the fastest kids we got that aren't involved in the jet drill, and not necessarily fast, but quick off the ball. They know when the snap's going to be. I even tell them, it's going to be on 1, because I want them getting a head start. And and you can do it without even any bodies. Just put somebody over here. And if that handoff is timed up right, and the exchange, and he gets that bubble right there, you don't have to block a 3 or a 2 technique. Some of y'all wondering, what's a 3? 3's outside shoulder of the guard. 2's head up the guard. I know all my coaches out there knew that, but some folks watching this aren't coaches. All right, now watch my right tackle as he hustles down the field. Great hustle. Boom. Look at the bubble. See, look at the 3. You see the 3 come through? Nobody touched him. Whoop. That's why you got to put a cone there. I used to stand there. My big old butt would stand right here behind the tackle. So when they got it right here, they had to go around me. But you can put a cone right here, about right here, and have him bubble back around that cone. And then I put a line of cones out here. And you got to train a muscle memory to stay right there on that track. Okay? This is Cam, the one I told you that was so fast. When he was in 8th and 9th grade in a track meet, an invitational meet, he beat a guy who went on to play in the NFL who was 4 years older than him. Went on to play SEC football. Then he played with the Jags and the Vikings for a little bit. When he was just in 8th and 9th grade, that kid was a junior and a senior. But Cam right here could run. And you say, why do you run jet? That's why, kids like him. Okay. All right, now here's the T-trap. It's the old school, kind of like the counter trap that flat back wing tees run. We're going to pull this tackle right here. And we're going to trap first thing on the other side of the ball. And that thing could hit in the left A or the right A, depending on where this cat is. If he's in a 2 or a 3, it can hit in the right A. If he's in a 1 or a 2I, it could hit right up the center spanning. But this is a good reason to run flea and frog to offset your fullback. It gives you another option. I got another one coming up on the next play. Watch that. All right. Boom, fake your jet. There you go. Right there. Hit that thing. Get out of his way. Boy's got things to do. People to see. Touchdowns to score. Right there. And look, it's just blocked just like a trap. See the guys over there on the right side coming down, creating a wave. All right, now this is a little different. Okay, you got to be a little creative sometimes, have an imagination. But when you start running jet and jet motion, it gives you all types of opportunities to do things because it displaces the defense so much. And we talk about that in earlier episodes, about how linebacker fits disintegrate because of the jet motion. And the one thing superior about jet under center to jet out of gun is that you can hide the ball better. The misdirection is better because that ball is hidden, because as soon as the quarterback gets the football under center, he turns his back on the defense. So those linebackers can't see the ball. So if guys are carrying out fakes like they should, then linebackers are going to have to resort to their coaching. Or sometimes their coaching turns out to get them in trouble if you do things like this. Now this is second round of the playoffs, I believe. First or second round. So this is a pretty good football team. So we figured this would work. By the way, I think new things and trick things work better against well-coached teams. I've told you all that before. Watch this. This is a buck. It's a short buck. What I mean by short, it's run to the tight end with no wingback, because the wingback was your jetter. Now, he carries out the fake pretty good, but he looks back. Teach those kids not to look back. Talking about my jetter. All right, here we go in slow-mo. Right here. So he turns his back. They have no clue where the ball is. Look at the guys over here on the right that weren't even blocked. Just took themselves out of the play. That's because they're well coached. And they had repped up jet all week getting ready for us. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those guys were getting jet, getting a lot of jet. See, right there where he stops and turns around and looks. Don't do that. Because watch this. The guy that saw him do that is right there. Okay. All right, here's the down. I love the down off of jet. And that's one of the reasons why I like running jet to the tight end side. And that's another disadvantage of being in gun. Now, you can run down from gun with your quarterback. But you don't have a tight end or a wing back when you're in gun, well, the way I run gun. So this is a great advantage right here. Now we've got the corner. He's out. The corner is out up here at the top because he's got to go out here with my over split in. I've taken the left split in, okay, my X, and put him over here with the Y. But now watch the guy I have circled here, the defensive end. Because of the jet motion, watch what he does. Boy, if you're a kicking guard, this is heaven. See him widen out? Makes for a nice, soft, easy kick out. Okay, get downhill. There you go. Good job, 58. Get downhill on those. By the way, I teach my kick outs on downs exactly the way I teach a trap. So we just get both guards, left guard, right guard, and they both take turns trapping right, they both take turns trapping left, and I tell them, I said, listen, if you're the left guard, a trap left for you is your down block, is what you do on the down play. Not your down block, but the block you do on the down play. Okay, that's pretty good play. All right, the play side guard on this one is too flat on the kick. He needs to cross the line and attack the inside number like he did a while ago on the previous clip. Now watch him. He comes flat, and number 10 is going to come underneath. Now we're going to get a few yards, but number 10 is going to come underneath and make the play. And it wasn't because he was a superior football player. You can see how little he is. And this guard, by the way, is playing 3-tech at Troy right now. I think he entered a transfer portal. I don't know where he's going to wind up next year. Okay, but he's been playing for 3 years at Troy. All right, now watch. The play side guard's going to pull. He even bounces out for him because of the motion. But look, he's so flat. If he would have come, y'all watch this. Now, if this guy, my guard, comes right here and attacks what I call the inside number, which would be the left as he looked at it on this particular play, the left number, then he gets this. Because remember what I've told y'all before, if you lose that guy upfield, so that's self-block. If you lose him back over here, let's just see what happens. See, he's in the backfield. He needs to cross. Now, I draw a line on my trap and my down and my kick drills, and they have to cross that line. I used to put a line at an angle and say, follow the line. Now I just use the lines on the field and say, all right, cross the line. Cross the line. All right, now this one's a better one. This play side guard, which gets downhill on this kick, he crosses the line. See the line that I drew? By the way, it's the same kid. Whoops, my bad. Here we go. All right, cross the line. There you go. See him get downhill? Not a great block, but he got him on the inside, and that opened it up. Okay? Now we'll do it again. Let's do it in slow motion. Snap it on this side. There's the fake. Carry out your fake one. Boom, right there. We didn't get a good block on 59. The tackle missed him as he was blocking. No, it was the center missing the nose. It's not a good thing when you see those linemen on the ground. Not nowadays. All right, now this is another down, play side guard. This is definitely a backup. When I went back and looked at this, now this is like 7, 8 years old, I said, what is he doing? Then I looked at the number and I said, never mind. Watch him wrap. So he goes upfield, and look who makes the tackle. That's one thing you can say now. When Coach Chip shows you cut-ups, I'm not just showing you highlights. This ain't to make Coach Chip feel good about himself kind of thing. This is trying to help coaches be better coaches. And sometimes you got to see the frig-ups when you're watching cut-ups. That cockeyed number 10 again. Now, he wasn't big as a hiccup, but I'll tell you what, he was a tough little joker. See, we missed, the wingback misses number 3 too. Both of them, that's who makes the play. Guys, you can't miss blocks, and you John Brown show can't miss blocks at the point of attack. Okay. Blocking like that's not the reason that kid got so many yards rushing. I can promise you that. I think we're all the way back. Yeah, this is back to the beginning. All right. Well, I think that's episode 18, and we've gone over 19 minutes because I got new software. I went ahead and spent a little money. Hey, before we go, remember our friends over at Johnny Bucket's podcast with Thrift Behringer, talking all things sports. You can get them anywhere you get podcasts. They've had a really good one, got dropped yesterday. Really, it was the night before last, but yesterday. So y'all stay safe, stay inside, listen to the experts. This corona thing's no joke. And I'm going to keep dropping content, and you keep watching it. And as always, be elite.